Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're doing a reading on the 2007 VMAs and Britney's Give Me More performance and what was kind of going on around her at that point in time. Was this a sabotaged performance? What were the intentions going on behind her? Were people more or less using her? Was this kind of the downfall of Britney? And was this intentional or was it not? I just got done with the reading, and let me tell y'all. I mean, y'all will see in the by the timestamps down below. But this got way weird. We go in a bunch of different directions. There's so many different players in this reading, and people just vying, it feels like, for Britney's energy and money. And it's weird. And I'm like, where are all these people coming from? Why is Jimi Hendrix showing up and trying to explain to me what this whole weird ass plot is about? So if y'all are interested in any of that, we just went like, wee! And had fun. And we just go where spirit takes us. So hope y'all are going to enjoy that. Let me know what you guys think. But otherwise, news announcements, disclaimers. Just a reminder, if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. I offer personal videos as well as virtual sessions over Zoom. Otherwise, if you would like to become a YouTube member, we have discounts on personal readings, access to videos like this early, exclusive content, and extended readings as well, if that's something you are interested in. Otherwise, quick disclaimer, remember everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Otherwise, thank you all so much for listening to me, and I will see y'all in the reading. Hi everyone, and welcome to the reading. So, what we're going to be looking at here today is Britney Spears' 2007 VMA Awards performance, and how she was kind of a little bit all over the place, how this was supposed to be her comeback into the music scene. There's been allegations that apparently Diddy was involved, that Justin Timberlake was jealous, so I don't know. I saw this comment come in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to read, I want to see it, so here we are. So what we're going to be looking at first here is the general energy of Britney Spears the night of that performance. So what was kind of going on, what was her general energy, and the such. So let's take a look at it. So we have the world reversed. So her energy was like, this is a repeating of a cycle, but this is also like it's like, you don't get to transform into this new version of you. This was like a halt in progress of not being able to transform into the next version of you or to a previous version of you. It's like, when you look at this world card, when it's upright, it's like we're transitioning from one to the other. Seeing it reversed here, it's like you don't get to transition. You don't get to go from one aspect to another. The world is also, when it's reversed, is all about repeating cycles. So it's like you are having to repeat a cycle. You do not get to pass go. You do not get to collect $200. You kind of just get to stay stuck here where we have you. Why is this the death card? Because we are not allowing you to transform. We are not allowing you to shed your old skin and put on a new one. Interesting. So she's not being allowed to so it's like she doesn't get to transform. She doesn't get to go to a new version of her because it's like we're refusing to, people, places, things are refusing to let go of an old version of themselves to become a new one. Financial influences on this, the Tower, it would cause a massive stir up. This is avoiding disaster. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to definitely pull tarot on this, because so it's like we're seeing the world reverse. We aren't transforming. We aren't starting a new cycle. We aren't letting go of the old version of ourselves. Why is this? Because it's like we're avoiding disaster. And that's the energy around. It's like this is weird because it's like if a new and improved Britney came out, it's like there's some sort of issue when it comes to money. There's issues when it comes to her. It's like we're trying to avoid a disaster. Hopes and fears. This is going to be our big ticket item, though. It's like we're going to get lots of money. It's good luck, good opportunity. It's the ending of us. It's the ending. It's 10. It's the ending of an era. It's the ending of one cycle to start another. It's like this is like we're completing things and we're wrapping things up here. That was the hope. What in the world? Unseen obstacles. The Empress, a nurturing figure. What? Nurturing figure could be a mom in the industry. This could just be someone who was nurturing. I don't know why I'm getting maybe Lou Taylor vibes here. But it's like, and that's like the unseen obstacle here. It's like there was a feminine energy that was kind of being like, oh, we're bringing you into the industry. Oh, we're trying to usher this back in. But really, they showcase themselves as your greatest ally. But in reality, they're actually your greatest enemy. The other challenge here, the Judgment card. This is public scrutiny. The public was not going to be on her side because people on high were manipulating the masses below, so they weren't going to be approving of Britney. This is super weird because what I'm getting here is that she's being prevented from starting something new. She's being prevented from starting something new, and she's being essentially stuck where she's at and being forced to be stuck where she's at. She's getting public scrutiny from a feminine figure on high who is like manipulating the masses to make Britney look bad, it almost feels like. Because what was going for her? The justice system or justice decision making, legal agreements. I don't know if I don't remember everything at this time. I was not really that old at this time, so if I don't know all the details, I'm sorry. But with the justice card here, what I see is like what was going for this situation is like we have legal agreements that we need to keep under lock and key. Is this when the conservatorship stuff really started hitting home? Is that when she was put in the conservatorship? I don't remember. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me go check. Okay, I just looked it up. She was put into a conservatorship in February of 2008. So this was right before, like this is a year before that. This is almost like setting up this is almost setting up the groundwork for that. Ooh, this was setting up the groundwork for her conservatorship. Whoever she thought was on her side wasn't on her side. This was setting up the groundwork for the conservatorship. She was like, we need to get you seeing in a bad light, whether you were under the influence, whether this was under your own, whether this was consensual or not. But it's like she was put, like this is all for legal agreements. I think this is also setting up the groundwork for her conservatorship. Because here in the past, this is about, yeah, we need to isolate you. We've had you isolated, the hermit. And then here in the future, yeah, we have to chain you down. This is the devil card. We have to chain you down. We are chaining you down in... That's what this was. That's what this night was about. This was chaining Britney down to what they wanted and laying the groundwork for this conservatorship, in my opinion. This is nasty. This is horrible. What the actual F, okay? This is ridiculous and redonkulous. It's like if she would have come out swinging and being great and wonderful, like if she would have made the comeback that they wanted to, this is going to be a home run. Oh, God. Okay, now I'm just curious. What the actual heck? One, I have questions on the Empress, their motives, and then what else do I want here? Yeah, I just want to look at the Empress, and then I am going to look at what would have happened. So what I'm going to start with first is I want to look most specifically at what would have happened if Britney would have come out and not been, and would have not been, and would have like been like had the performance of a lifetime like we know she like the performer that she is. If she would have had her performance of Britney, the Britney performance that she is a performer. That's who she is. That's who she's always been. What would have happened if she would not have essentially been, I think this was a moment to kind of put her under lock and key. What would have happened if this wasn't going to, like, why did they feel the need to put her under lock and key on this night? Why was that? So that's what I kind of want to look at here when it comes to this 2007's performance. So at the VMAs, so just want to make it very, very specific. This was the VMA 2007 performance. So, okay, let's take a look at what would have happened if Britney would have come out and been like at the top of her game, a great performance, and not as shaky or like stumbly as she was. What would have happened if she would have been like on her game, everything's going fine, she was like full steam ahead in Britney, in like who Britney was as a hard worker, a performer, and an entertainer? What would have happened? The Knight of Wands, she would have rapid movement forward, creative energy. Okay, why? With the Page of Coins, she was moving in a different direction. I think if she would have come out and been like, she was going ooh rah rah and getting everyone really behind her, this would have been her break from performing. Look at this. I think she wanted to get away from performance altogether. This was just a point of, this is going to be me. I'm going to have more control. I still got it. I get to go do what I kind of want to do. But look at this. This is, look at the microphone and the hand here with the Page of Coins as well. Looking down here, the Knight of Wands. Like, we're moving away from performing here, or we're performing in the very structured way that she had been. This is, I'm going to go try more creative ideas and or passions, and maybe getting away more from the performance aspect of it. Ooh, financial influence as well. She was breaking control out of other people, places, and or things. She is the Queen of Wands. I think this is Stevie Nicks on this card. So, and I know she's in this deck. I just forget which card she is. But Britney Spears here, Queen of Wands, she's a Sagittarius. Financial influences on this situation. If she would have come out, she was breaking free of the constraints of her finances. She was breaking free, I think, of the constraints of performing how she wanted, or like how they wanted her to. She was flying the coop and doing her own thing. She was not staying, and she would have had the grounds to. Hopes and fears, 6 of Coins. I would have had more opportunities to do different types of contracts, business dealings, and the such. Look at Rihanna right now and how she's diversified her income. It feels like Britney was wanting to do more of that, but she had control of that creative direction. Instead of being in performance mode all the time, she would be like, I want to go diversify my income, whether this is through producing or through acting or through different mediums. Maybe I want to start a makeup brand, skincare, hair care. Like, she was looking to diversify her income in other ways other than her musical performance, is what it feels like. The challenge here, the 8 of Cups, she wanted to walk away. This is the obstacle. She wanted to walk away. Or she was struggling with walking away, or was having to, like, I'm walking away from things that don't emotionally fulfill me anymore. Again, you can't convince me. If she would have gone through with the whole thing, she would have been walking away from entertaining and performing as heavily as she ended up having to do with her Vegas residency. Because the challenge here is 7 of Coins. Yeah, all the hard work that she had been putting into her performance career, I don't think would have been like working out as she had intended. She was going to go in a different direction. What was going for her? The 5 of Wands. She did not want to keep doing, if she would have, the performance at the VMA, she would not have continued. And I don't even think she was wanting to at that time still continue to do the VMA performance as much as she was. This was something I think she wanted to do a comeback, maybe put some new music out, but this wasn't going to be like a sell out a tour and continue performing. It was going to be, I think, very similar to Rihanna and to how Rihanna's had her career. It's like she put out a ton of albums. She got really popular. She's now diversified her income all over the place. And that's what I think Britney would have done. was here in the past. Four of Wands. I was also looking for my home, my family, celebration. I think at this time she was really starting to be like, I want to be more stay at home with my kids. I want to be more with my kids. I have my family and everything else. Like, she was really focused on that. And I think that was a major motivator of like, okay, I just got out of having kids and now I'm like getting back into performing. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, this didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, or I'm not as passionate about it as I was. So now I want to go and I want to express my creativity in other ways. And then here in the future, the Temperance card. If she would have, it would have been a little bit of mismatch and unbalance. I think, was she going to be this like ooh rah rah performer if she would have like done really well at the VMAs? No. But I do see there would have been some imbalance still. Again, there's probably layers upon layers upon layers of trauma that she's had to process. And just being able, if she would have, I'm almost thinking sabotaged at the VMAs. If she wouldn't have been sabotaged at the VMAs, we would have a very different Britney, but we'd also have a very different outlook on her career. And just, I think the creativity and the ideas that she would have been providing to elevate other people up would be insane. And I hate that it was taken away from us, but the VMAs feels like it was a critical, pivotal moment of making sure that she was suppressed. Okay. Let's take a look at the actual events then. At what was the... Okay, Empress, get your butt over here. So this Empress person, I'm getting Lou Taylor vibes. I've never read on Lou Taylor, but I'm like, Lou Taylor, huh? That's who this is. It feels like, allegedly. I don't know, but I want to get like, what was the main motivations of this Empress, or the, you know, who this could be? I'm not sure. We'll see in the cards. Is this our lovely friend who's been following us around the entirety of the Diddy readings? Our lovely Empress who, you know what, we just haven't been able to figure out who you are, whoever, whatever, but you just keep popping up like a daisy wherever we go. Okay, whatever, we're having a good time, right? Not. So let's take a look here at the Empress and see what was the Empress's motivations for wanting to essentially, I think, keeping Britney down. This was, again, I think this was a pivotal moment of kind of like laying the groundwork to get Britney in a conservatorship. This was like a pivotal moment. And then I'm going to look at what was there any influence from Justin Timberlake or from P. Diddy during this time? So, but first let's take a look at our Empress, because this card follows me around, and every time I now need to ask, what in the world? Who are you? Is this the one that's been following me around because they just like to torment me? Or is this the one that's following, or is this just the one who's like kind of just here in the now and whatever? So let's take a look here. What is the motivations of this Empress in kind of, I think, sabotaging Britney from starting a new cycle? So let's see. Five of Coins. This is all about money at the end. This is all about giving me money, having money, being prosperous, and being rich, and not having to be in the poorhouse. Why is this? Because of the Moon. Secrets. With the Moon. Secrets being revealed. It's like, what was the motivations of this Empress? It's because I wanted to have lots of money because of secrets I held or kept for other people. Financial influences. There's the Tower card again. What did Britney know, or what was Britney's... There's like a major shift here of, I want all the money for myself, it almost feels like. Yes, I want the money for myself, because in secret, that's what I really want. It's the duality of this. I want all the money for myself, because if Britney goes off and does her own thing, I'm going to be SOL. I'm going to have a catastrophic event. I'm losing all my money. This is super weird. This could be Lou Taylor. I'm hearing very much yes, but again, all alleged. Hopes and fears, the Queen of Swords here. I'm going to come out on top. We have our legal agreements. I'm going to speak my piece. And you know what? I'm going to get what I want at the end of the day. There's unseen obstacle here. There is a King of Cups. I had to grab... King of Cups. Unseen obstacle. So P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, you know, he does show up as my King of Cups a lot in our readings. Seeing this individual here in the opposition as like unseen obstacles. This could be P. Diddy, or I'm not sure if this might be Britney's dad. I'm hearing no to Britney's dad, yes to P. Diddy. So interesting. So it's like we have a Queen of Swords up top who's like that's our hopes and fears. We want to be able to speak our mind, do what we need to do. We're going to get our money. However, there's some sort of finagling here with the King of Cups. It's like there's like a King of Cups individual who's coming in and doing their own type of game here. This is super weird. Because the other challenge is the Page of Swords. Someone wasn't doing what they were saying or telling them to do. This was someone who was going off script. Because that was the other challenge in this situation. What was the intentions of... Oh. So with this Empress's intentions, she wanted to be able to, I think, maybe get a new contract or a deal for Britney. Maybe this is an interesting thing. She wanted lots of money. This Empress wants lots of money with the moon. I have secrets. I'm trying to avoid poverty or a catastrophic event on how I have to restructure my life. Queen of Swords, maybe I get to be this person's manager again. I'm trying to solidify my future here. However, it almost feels like P. Diddy came in and screwed up the entire thing. Also, it feels like Britney here. Is this Britney? No. But there's someone else here with the Page of Swords reverse. This is Amy Winehouse, by the way, in this card. And Page of Swords, someone's not doing what they're being told to do. And it's causing some rifts and some issues. This isn't Britney. This could maybe be Justin Timberlake, who might be coming in and ruining things that this Empress might have been trying to do. I am almost seeing like the Empress wanting Britney to do well so we can make more money together, but then it's like there's something here. What's going on with P. Diddy and this Page of Swords? It's like they're coming in and screwing up the Empress's plan. Because what was going for her, it's the Ten of Swords. A backstabbing and betrayal. This is a backstabbing by the King of Cups, it almost feels like. And in reality, what this backstabbing did was actually the best thing that could have happened. This is for the Empress in terms of making money, keeping their money and the such. This is weird. I don't. Because, like, what I'm getting is that the Empress is like, I'm ready to take Britney on tour again. And then King of Cups behind the scenes like, well, someone's not telling, there's interference being run in the background. And, like, the Empress got really mad at the people running interference in the background. And then with that interference being run, it actually turned out in the Empress's favor, because it brought more control to the Empress rather than less control, which is odd to say. Because here in the past, Three of Swords, this is a heartbreak, a betrayal. Again, this betrayal here. So it's like someone had their heart broken. This could be the Empress themselves. It's like we're coming out of heartbreak. Maybe this is like contracts or people that this person had trusted or worked with were kind of dropping her, and she was just clinging on to the remains of Britney that she did have. Because here in the future is the Eight of Wands. This is a slowing down and staying right where she is. Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. So this is looking at the intentions. It's like, again, this person's intentions, again, it feels like they got sabotaged, but the sabotage was the best thing for them because it gave them more control and more wealth and more abundance than if the interference wouldn't have happened. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look here then next at what was Sean Combs's, because apparently there's some connection here with P. Diddy and Justin Timberlake. So let's take a look here. Was Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, was he involved with Britney Spears and her Was he involved, and what were and if he was, what were the motivations behind kind of sabotaging Britney the night of the 2007 VMAs? What was the motivation if he did do it? One, we'll look if he did, and then two, if he did do it, what were those motivations? Why? So let's take a look here. I'm gonna give it one more great big shuffle. And then we're going to kind of look into what's kind of going on here, because this is, to me, a little wild with everything going on. It feels like Britney's got such convoluted people around her, and there's so many like grand machinations around her that are like, they're complex and they're hard to follow and figure out, because there's a one group over here going against this group, but like everyone's kind of going against Britney, but then behind the scenes of those two groups there's like three groups trying to like make sure that those two don't get what they want. It's really weird. It feels like there's like two main groups, but behind those two main groups there's like five for each one of them who are trying to like weasel their way into Britney's money in some way, or like their success, or blocking success from others. It's kind of odd, and like hard to kind of keep track of. So let's take a look here at Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Was he involved? 5 of coins. There it is again. I get money from this. Does he get money from this? It's like, I gave money to this. I put money and effort into this. Why? The Hierophant. Because of people on high, my commitment to other individuals. Also 5 change. And 5 here, change. He wanted to change something or change the outcome of something. It does feel like. Was Sean Combs involved with this 2007 shakiness of Britney in her performance? I'm feeling it. It's like, I give you something. Why? Because I want you to do better, or I'm wanting you to commit to certain people, places, and or things, or it's for a higher power. This is for my people above me. Those people above me told me to do so. Financial influences on this. The King of Cups, he's getting a pay cut of something in this. This is so freaking weird, because there he is. This is just so weird, y'all. Because, like, what I would get from this is that Sean, like, gets a kickback from doing this in some way from, like, people above him that wanted a piece of Britney. Like, this is super freaking weird. Because the hopes and fears, the Lover's card reverse. There's a disconnection in love. The hopes and fears is like, we're going to disconnect people. Were people trying to like separate Britney and this Empress person some way? I wonder if someone was trying to separate Britney from the Empress, and they thought that this might be the way of doing so. We're going to give money because we need you to do this from people on high. You're going to get a kickback. However, the unseen obstacles, the 9 of coins, this backfired in their faces. Something backfired. This whole event backfired, and I think higher ups' faces, because the 9 of coins reversed. It's like, we didn't get the money that we wanted out of this. It's like, instead of maybe breaking something up or putting money into something or getting money out of something, it's like, this was a bad investment. The other challenge here, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this was a bad... This gave good luck and good fortune to others, not good luck and good fortune to us. This was a bad investment. Wheel of Fortune upright is the challenge. It's like, someone else got the money that we put into this or wanted to get out of it. I feel so sorry for Britney, because she was a pawn in, like, it feels like 4 people's plans. And it's like, because she was so good at making money. And again, it's like everyone was vying for her talent, her energy, and it's like people were subverting other people to get what they wanted. And this kind of just, I can see why she like just lost it, because like, think about it, if you have this many people who are wanting a piece of you, but you can't even keep track of of everything, like, you're gonna go insane trying to figure it out. Like, I would go insane trying to figure it out. What was going for them? Knight of coins. They got stuck with their money as well. Stuck in our investments, stuck in money. Money would got stuck in a different place. I can also see this as our money was rejected, or again, it's a bad investment. And this is a good, it's a bad investment, or money got stuck somewhere. Here in the past, the King of Wands with P. Diddy. This is someone else telling him what to do. Again, was this P. Diddy was promised a cut of something, which is why I think this happened. P. Diddy was promised a cut of something, of money, of things, of something to do this, in my opinion here. And it was told by someone else, a King of Wands. So Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo type of energy, or just another entertainer. I mean, we're in the entertainment industry. And then here in the future, the Nine of Cups, our manifestation was not realized. Excuse me. Again, this was a giant bumble, apparently, allegedly, for this 2007 VMAs thing with Britney. It was a fumble on, it feels like, whoever P. Diddy was working with. This was a fumble of the bag. This didn't go off how they wanted it to. It's odd. Okay. So next I want to look at then what was apparently there was allegedly Justin Timberlake was involved. So what was how was Justin Timberlake involved? Like, this is just wild. Like, there were so many people vying for her energy, is what I would say. It's like so many people were vying for it. People were looking for it, trying to get a piece of it themselves. And it just turned into a giant mess. And people were promised money over here, people were promised money over there, and then this, in reality, what this laid the groundwork for was for, it laid the groundwork for her conservatorship. It wasn't, I don't think that was the intention, but that's what it laid the groundwork for, and another group took advantage of it. Britney has just been used so damn much, and I'm so glad she's out of the conservatorship now, but she's got a ways to go, it feels like, and I wish her the best of trying to get rid of the paranoia that she's endured and had to endure because of all of the, it almost feels like Machiavellian plots that have been going on around her, where it's just insane the lengths that people have been going to, I think, get her money and get her talent or energy. So let's take a look. What's JT got going on here? Was he involved? And if he was, what were his motivations for it? Eight of Wands reversed. He was stuck. Why was it? The Ten of Swords. He was healing from heartbreak in some way. Because financial influences, it's like investments weren't panning out how I wanted them to. Hopes and fears. I'm depressed. Or I don't like the options in front of me. Unseen obstacles, Ace of Coins. Money was offered to me, or I got money for something. Challenge here, the Five of Swords. I'm in a lose-lose situation. What was going for him, Three of Coins, so new contracts, new people to work with. Here in the past, the Three of Wands, I've had to readjust, and the Hanged Man, I have to let go and see things from a different perspective. So do I feel that JT, Justin Timberlake, was involved heavily or tangentially to what was going on with Britney with the 2007 VMAs? No. He's kind of stuck where he's at, kind of, I think, trying to tread water where he's at. Why is this? Because he's trying to heal from old wounds or old backstabbings that were self-given to him at this point in time. With the Page of Coins, it's like his little investments or his little things that he had going for him didn't put him on the same level as Britney. Hopes and fears here is he's kind of like almost like he doesn't have a vibe, he doesn't have like a zest for life. I don't see him as someone who, at least at this point with this certain event, as someone who was involved, because like he's in his own head with other things going on at the moment. because the Ace of Coins down here, it's like, I wonder if he had like if he was given money for something and he didn't know like why he was given money for something. With the Five of Swords, he's been put into a lose-lose situation. So this could have been contracts. This could have been like dealings behind the scenes where he got money for things, but it's like, and he was promised things, but really it's like, okay, we'll give you money, but like that money has strings attached to it. And instead of thinking with his head, he thought with his emotions or with the dollar signs in his eyes and just did it, but then realized he kind of got himself suckered into something. He did get new contracts, whatever was going on at this time from it. However, in the past, like I had to readjust my priorities and do things differently than how I wanted to do them. And then with the Hanged Man as well, it's like I had to reevaluate, reprioritize, and see things from a different perspective. I don't see JT being someone heavily involved with this 2007 VMA performance by Britney, but I do see Diddy doing that instead. Because it's like whoever JT was working with, this is so much higher than him, because this is like orders coming from above Diddy is kind of what this was feeling like. Britney had like so many people after her money and her. Like it's nuts. So where I want to kind of end this reading a little bit, or kind of cap this reading off in, is what is going to be kind of like next, not just next for Britney, but as we're kind of looking at this 2007 VMAs, and I want to take a look at just how Britney, like how does she view the 2007 VMAs? Does she realize what this event was? Did she realize, because like she did mention it in her book and like her memoir that she wrote, and I do want to take a look more specifically at, as she's looking back at this event, does she believe that this, like, does she kind of know at this point in time what was going on around her, or does she know what's going on? Like when it comes to this event, did she kind of know, or does she know now what was going on at this point in time and how like instrumental it actually was to her conservatorship and essentially chaining her down? So I want to take a look at that also. If y'all are interested, this is something that just popped into my head. If y'all want me to read what was going on behind the scenes when Britney was in Vegas, her Vegas residency, if y'all want me to read into what was going on behind the scenes there, I think people are, let me know, because her Vegas residency almost feels, there's something a little bit more behind the scenes. Also, yeah. Let me know if y'all want me to do something with that. So, okay, my Britney fans, let's see. Was she aware of, at least now or back then, how instrumental it feels like, or like the plots that were kind of going on around her at that point in time, and how goodness gracious, how much they kind of were affecting her in like the grand scheme of not just her career, but as she kind of got shuffled into this nasty ass conservatorship that she was kind of manipulated into, honestly. It's like the groundwork was laid there and it's a bunch of BS. So let's see. Does she realize that now? And like how pivotal that was, but she just can't maybe say something about it publicly. So let's just take a look here. The Hermit. So this is all about being isolated, alone, but also introspective. It's like we're looking at things because of, why is this the Two of Swords? Because of, we're trying to just, do I feel like Britney knows exactly what's going, like what exactly was going on at that point in time? No. But as she's had time, I think, to now process things, she was writing her memoir, right? I think she's starting to put two and two together of just how nasty things were actually behind the scenes for her. It's like, I've had time for introspection. I've had time to to actually weigh the different things and paths and things going on around me. It's like I have decisions. Like, I think she's really, because financial influence is on this, the world. Repeating cycles, starting things over. I really do believe she's kind of now putting the pieces together. It's what it feels like to me. She's been putting the pieces together. Yeah, she's been putting the pieces together of what was actually going on at that time. She's done a ton of introspection and figuring out what the heck happened here. I also think she's been revisiting those old ideas of how she wants to diversify her income. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. Now in the hopes and fears, like I do feel there is a fear of expressing myself, because it's like she does feel like I don't want to get put back in that situation again. So I think there is a fear of her being creative and putting things out there, because it's like I don't want to get trapped again. And I do think that she's kind of narrowed it down to like this event was, if I try putting myself out there again, people are going to try and sabotage me. And I think that's a huge fear of hers. Because the unseen obstacle here as well is the Ace of Coins. Interesting. When it comes to realizing about this point in time, the unseen obstacle is the Ace of Coins. She didn't know where her money was going. If she would have realized where her money was going or how money flowed, I think at that point in time, she didn't know where money was going. I think back at that point in time. If she did, I think she would have known more. I also don't think she knows where money was flowing at that time. And I think that is a challenge and an obstacle, because it's like, I need to know where money was going so I can understand what happened. Because again, there's so many different players from a high level. And these are people that we don't even know their names. Or if we do know their names, it's only been mentioned here and there. Like these feel like record executives who are kind of running the things behind the scenes, who are vying to get Britney. And she doesn't know where money was going or how money was being disseminated amongst people. And if she did, I think she would be like, okay, that's what was actually happening. She's putting pieces together, but like knowing where the money is and where it was flowing tells her exactly what and why and whomst this happened with and everything else. The other challenge here is the Chariot. What's Jimi Hendrix got to do with this? So, yes, the Chariot can be... The Chariot is one of, okay, it's upright. It's movement forward. It's travel, distance, change. Things moved too fast for Britney to understand maybe back then. And that's another challenge. But I'm also getting to be like, well, what does Jimmy have to do with this? So it's Jimi Hendrix on the car, on the Chariot. And we know there's the 27 Club, right? And I think Jimmy is part of that, if I'm not mistaken. And looking at Jimi Hendrix here, it does feel that there is... I forget how old Britney was in 2007. I really should have looked that up too. But, this is odd, because with the Ace of Coins, it's like, I need to know where the money was going. Things also, I think, moved too fast for her to and that was another challenge. It's like things were moving too fast for her to actually understand what was going on. What was going for her was the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is like an energy of it could be an energy of like, people are coming at me. Everyone's coming at me. It was too confusing at that time. But I think she's like recognizing like, well, who did I take my lumps from? And it's like, I think she's kind of putting it's like, she's remembering who were the people that kind of she took lumps from. Who did she take? Who lashed out at her? And I think she's trying to remember who those people are. And I think those are pretty ingrained into her memory. And having those ingrained into her memory, I think, is helping her connect pieces, places, and things and circumstances around her. Because here in the past, the Page of Cups reversed, which is I had to detach from other people, places. This is her detachment. I had to detach from this to understand it. And then here in the future, the High Priestess reversed. Do I think she's going to completely understand what was going on? No, because it's like there was too many moving pieces, and there's way too much stuff being hidden from like a really high upper echelon to really understand what was going on there. However, I do want to do a reading on Jimi Hendrix now, because this is really drawing me to like, there's something here with Jimmy, and like I don't know what it has to do with Britney. It's really odd because it's almost like he's like, what I see in my head is someone who resembles Jimi Hendrix, and it's like and it's like, here's the map, and I'm like, okay, so if we look at the map, oh my gosh, those red string theory boards, that's what it looks like, and oh my gosh, because like what I see in my mind's eye is there's this table. We're in like the middle of a conference room. Up on the end of the conference room, there's this giant board, and it's got like, and it's a red string theory board. But in this red string theory board, it's like 8 major like individuals, and then outside of those 8 major individuals, there's like 4 or 5 people attached to each one of them. And like how people are connected every which way. It is so confusing. However, it's like, this is the message. This is how this works. This is how people are connected. Here are the feuds. Here are the not feuds. Here are the alliances measured over here. And here are the alliances between the other people outside of these 8 main groups. So I don't know if there's like 8 main families, but like this right here is like I see this as like the vision in Hollywood. Like this is how the entertainment industry works. This is like 8 major families. And this is why things are so confusing. Well, you'll never understand it. It's because there's so much overlap in other people and places and things outside of them. And that's why I don't think Britney will understand it. And it's why, like, law enforcement, I think, has been having a very difficult time understanding what's going on and who's connected to who, because there's so much overlap. But, like, these are the people who are actually together. These are the factions. Interesting. If y'all want me to go into that, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to have to do some digging on that one and try to figure out what the heck is this all meaning. But that's what I'm seeing currently for what's going on with Britney, the 2007 VMAs, and everything in between. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and the such down in the comments below. I'll see y'all there. Otherwise, if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. Otherwise, if you want to join YouTube members, see videos like this early, get access to exclusive content, extended readings, and discounts on personal readings, if that's something you're interested in, feel free, check it out. Link is down below the description, down below the video. Otherwise, thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!